I'm not the kind of woman who chases glory or begs for love, but I've got a story that burns in my chest, one that I need to tell. My name is Penelope, and I have a daughter who calls me Mom, even though I didn't biologically birth her. But this isn't about me. Not really. It's about my sister, Clara, her golden child, Lily, and the daughter she discarded, Emma. I grew up with Clara in a crumbling apartment in a city that chewed up hope and spat it out. Our parents were ghosts. Our dad left when I was 6. Mom drowned her sorrows in cheap wine until she passed when Clara was 16 and I was 19. I raised Clara. I worked double shifts at a laundromat and a gas station to keep us fed. Clara was my world, my little sister. She was basically all I had. I thought we'd always be close, but life has a way of cracking those illusions. Clara got pregnant at 18, married a deadbeat named Greg who vanished before Emma was born. I was there, holding her hand in the hospital, promising I'd help raise Emma. Clara was my little sister, after all. I couldn't watch her suffer while raising her child alone. But Clara rejected Emma not just out of neglect, but due to a deep-seated, irrational resentment tied to Emma's resemblance to Clara's ex, Greg, the deadbeat father who abandoned her. But 4 years later, Clara had Lily with another man who didn't even stick around. From the moment Lily opened her big blue eyes, Clara changed. Emma, the sweet, quiet 4-year-old, suddenly became invisible. Lily was Clara's sun, moon, and stars, and me, I became Emma's everything. Clara's apartment was a battlefield of neglect. The walls were stained yellow from her chain smoking, the fridge often empty unless I stocked it. Emma wore hand-me-downs from thrift stores, and her sneakers were held together with duct tape. Lily, though, pranced in sparkly dresses, her hair always braided with ribbons, her toys piling up in corners. Clara would coo over Lily, calling her my little princess, while Emma would sit alone, clutching a tattered sketchbook. I'd moved out by then. I rented a 1-bedroom nearby while working as a cashier and studying part-time for a nursing degree, but I couldn't leave Emma behind. At 7, she was so brilliant, always solving math problems I couldn't, drawing beautiful cityscapes in her notebook, dreaming of becoming an architect. Her teachers raved, said she could go far, but Clara didn't care. She'd snap whenever I brought up her potential.
Emma's fine. Lily needs me more. She's delicate.
That was Clara's excuse for pouring every dime into Lily. When Emma needed glasses at 9, Clara scoffed.
If her eyes get too bad, she can squint. Or does she not know how to do that?
I ended up dipping into my savings and paying for the glasses. When Emma won a school art contest, Clara didn't show up because Lily had a dance recital the same day. I was there, clapping so hard my hands stung, while Emma beamed with her prize ribbon pinned to her faded sweater. By the time Emma was 12, Clara's favoritism was a knife in my gut. Lily, at 8, was spoiled rotten, throwing tantrums if she didn't get the latest doll or glittery shoes. Clara indulged her every whim, taking out credit card debt to buy Lily a tablet, while Emma used my old laptop to research building designs. I begged Clara to see Emma's talent and give her a chance.
Emma's too serious, Penelope, always moping with her drawings. Lily's got charisma, star quality. She'll be somebody. Trust me, she'll be way better than Emma.
But Emma's got real talent, Clara. She could design skyscrapers one day. Don't you see that?
Skyscrapers? Please, she's just a kid. Lily's the one with a future. You're too soft on Emma, always babying her.
I wasn't even babying her. I was raising her and believing in her. By 13, Emma was spending most nights at my place. I'd cook her dinners, help with homework, and listen to her dreams. Clara never noticed Emma's absence. She was too busy with Lily's dance lessons, pageants, whatever fad Lily latched onto. But I didn't mind. Emma was my light. Her strength pulled me through my own exhaustion. When Emma turned 15, she got a partial scholarship. She was so excited, sketching blueprints in her spare time, talking about college. I was so proud I could have burst. But Clara barely even glanced at the acceptance letter.
Mom, the scholarship covers most of it. I just need a little help with fees and books.
Money's tight, Emma. Lily's got a pageant coming up, and costumes aren't cheap. Ask your Aunt Pen.
But Mom, Aunt Pen does so much already. I can't bother her again.
If you can't bother her, then forget about it. Look, don't talk to me about this again. Lily's got a shot at nationals. I still have to spend on that. Stop being selfish, will you?
My blood boiled when Emma told me what happened. I covered the fees, bought her books, even got her a secondhand graphing calculator. Clara didn't thank me. She didn't even ask how Emma was doing. That same year, Lily, at 11, demanded a new phone, the kind that cost $1,000. Clara took out another loan, maxed out another card. Emma didn't have a phone. She used mine when she needed to call friends. At 16, Clara invited me over for a family talk. She made sure Emma was present too. I knew it wouldn't be good.
Emma, you're old enough to work. The restaurant in the next street needs waitresses. You should start next week.
But Mom, school's intense. I'm applying for college soon. I can't work yet.
Don't talk back. Lily's got big things ahead. We need the money. I can't do it alone. You have to work.
Aunt Pen, please help me.
Clara, this is insane. Emma's got a scholarship, a future. Let her focus on that.
You stay out of this, Penelope. She's my kid, not yours. She needs to contribute.
Emma had no choice. She started at the restaurant, bussing tables for 8 hours after school. Then Clara got her a weekend job at a grocery store, ringing up cans and boxes until midnight. Emma's grades slipped. She always had dark eye bags from exhaustion. Every paycheck went to Clara, who funneled it into Lily's endless wants like new leotards, private dance coaches, a custom pageant gown that cost $2,000.
Emma, you're so boring, always working. Bet you wish you were me, huh? No, I wish I was in school, Lily. I'm working so you can have all this stuff. Whatever, Mom says I'm the star. You're just there.
Lily's words made Emma feel so sad, but it also made her decide that she wasn't going to be Clara's pawn forever. She stopped handing over her hard-earned money. She told Clara she wasn't going to fund Lily's dreams anymore. That same night, Clara kicked her out. It was raining heavily when Emma knocked on my door. She didn't cry. She just looked at me with her tired, beautiful eyes and asked if she could stay. I didn't hesitate. I wrapped her in a blanket, made her tea, and promised she wouldn't have to work anymore. She'd focus on school, and I'd handle everything else. Clara didn't call, not even once. A week later, I bought Emma a new phone. She used it to start posting her art online. Cityscapes, futuristic bridges, dreamy treehouses. Her hands always moved fast, ideas pouring out faster than she could sketch. People started noticing. At first, it was just likes and shares. Then people started ordering for her arts. I was so proud of her. She was 17, juggling school and deadlines for digital pieces people paid her to create. One night, after 3 months, she dropped a thick envelope on our little dining table.
I saved up $2,000. I want you to have it for everything.
I stared at the money in shock. I felt so proud that I didn't know when I burst into tears. I added $3,000 to the money and invested it in a small startup project I'd been eyeing for months. Unexpectedly, 1 month later, it paid out. $10,000 in our names. We screamed, danced, and cried. I immediately bought us a better place that was Emma's choice. I got her new clothes, proper skincare products, and shoes that didn't pinch her feet. I also bought her a better phone. In barely 2 months, Emma changed so much. She proudly posted pictures of herself. The new phone made the pictures of her art very clear too. And of course, the internet noticed. Brands started reaching out, wanting her to model their products. They said she was perfect for the camera. I followed her everywhere, made sure she stayed safe, reminded her to eat and rest. I made sure no brand stressed her past her limit. Then one day, while we were cooking dinner together, she turned to me and asked me a question I never expected.
Can I call you Mom?
I froze. My chest suddenly felt too small for the heart inside it. I burst into tears and hugged her. And from then on, I wasn't her Aunt Penelope anymore. I was her mom. By the time she graduated college, Emma had become a star. Not just online or in magazines, but in real life. Architects wanted to learn from her. Brands wanted her face. People quoted her interviews like gospel. She built me a mansion. I nearly fainted when she took me there to see it. Then she built another mansion where we lived together. I became her manager. People called me the best mother they'd ever seen, not knowing I was just her aunt. I wanted to correct them at first, but Emma reminded me that I was her mom now, so they were right. I loved her so much. One day, Clara and Lily suddenly appeared. They showed up outside Emma's modeling shoot. I saw them first, looking thin, worn out, and dressed in tattered clothes. Lily looked older than her age. One would think she was Emma's older sister. Clara was also the same. her hands shaking as she clutched her ugly purse.
Penelope, please. We just want to talk to Emma.
I almost turned them away on the spot, but I didn't. Emma deserved to decide. So I told them to wait. When Emma stepped out of the studio, wearing her beautiful black blazer and a smile that made photographers follow her like puppies, she paused when she saw them. She didn't look shocked. She just raised an eyebrow.
What do you want?
Sweetheart, we've fallen on hard times. We lost everything. I'm sorry. I didn't know how good I had it. You've grown into such a beautiful, successful young woman.
We're proud of you, Emma. We really are. Proud? You're proud? Let me guess why you both are here. You need money?
Just a little help. Just enough to get us back on our feet. Please, baby. I am your mother.
No, you were my mother. And even then, you weren't good at being a mother to me. We're family, Emma. Come on, you wouldn't even be here without Mom raising you. Raising me? Is that what you call it? She used me as a wallet for you, her princess. Made me work myself sick while she bought you tiaras and tablets. You told me I was boring and she said I was unworthy. What do you call that? Emma, I was a kid. Well, so was I. I was a kid too.
I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. I made mistakes.
Well, mistakes don't last 15 years. You don't deserve my money. You don't deserve my time. You don't even deserve to speak my name.
Emma, please.
No, don't say it again. You had your chance. You threw it away for glitter and shallow dreams. I built this life on my own. With Aunt Pen, she's my real mom. If she didn't help me get here, you both wouldn't be in front of me. Emma, please, even if you won't help Mom, please help me. We're so broke. I clean toilets. Can you believe that? And I served people and worked at a grocery store for you. We all have our stories, Lily. Mom, let's go. I'm fed up with seeing the faces of these witches.
Emma took my hand and walked away. She didn't look back. Neither did I. I could tell that Lily and Clara looked so humiliated. We thought we'd seen the last of Clara and Lily after Emma walked away from them outside that studio. But life, I've learned, has a dark sense of irony. It doesn't just punish you. It makes you crawl first. It started with whispers. An old neighbor mentioned Clara had borrowed money, not from a bank, but from the kind of men who don't knock twice, loan sharks. Turns out Clara was desperate. Years of maxed out cards, late rent, and Lily's taste for brand name everything had caught up to them. She thought a quick loan would fix it. It didn't. The sharks came collecting, and when they didn't get paid, they came back angrier, with baseball bats and threats. Lily, panicking, tried to find work, but no one wanted a washed-up pageant princess with no skills. So she fell back on the oldest cliché. She started dating a man who called himself Rico, a small-time thug with greasy hair and cheap cologne who promised her fast cash. Then came the night we heard the news. A failed robbery at a grocery store across town. 2 suspects, 1 male, 1 female. The male was caught, and the girl, she took a bullet in the leg, escaped in a stolen car. Clara didn't answer calls. That was the first clue. Then a month later, word came from someone we used to know. They had fled to Mexico. Clara, older and more broken than ever, now forced to care for her injured daughter. Lily, limping, jobless, hiding from both the police and the people Clara owed money to. And the kicker. Lily was pregnant. For Rico, the man who got arrested and won't be seeing sunlight anytime soon. They tried to contact Emma, first through emails, then a handwritten letter from some dusty border town with no return address. Emma didn't respond. Then they started calling from strange numbers, leaving voicemails that always began with, "Emma, it's your mother. Please, just listen." Emma didn't listen. I offered to screen her messages and she let me, but even I grew cold whenever I saw their names. Last we heard, they were flipping burgers in some roadside diner near Tijuana. Clara wipes tables. Lily takes orders with a limp and a hidden baby bump. They sleep in a rented shack with no hot water, praying no cop or collector finds them. Emma never said she wished them harm, but I knew what she meant when she looked out the window one night and said softly, "I don't wish them death. I just wish them a very, very long life, one where every hour reminds them of what they threw away." And I couldn't agree more. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment.